You look at a map of Africa, you see safari destinations, deserts, jungles, Instagram-worthy sunsets. But that doesn't tell the whole story. Some places, they're so weird, they sound made up. Exploding lakes, deserts that turn green overnight, rivers that forgot which way the ocean is. Get ready, because we're diving into 25 of the most bizarre, unbelievable facts about African geography. Starting with 25. The Sahara Desert. 9 million square kilometers of nope. The Sahara. It's the largest hot desert on Earth, spanning over 9 million square kilometers. That's nearly as big as the entire United States. Except instead of Starbucks, you get sand dunes taller than the Statue of Liberty. Rain? Some areas see it once every few years. Others go decades without a single drop. It's the geographic equivalent of your friend who never texts back. From a desert that ghosts you to a lake that actively murders you. 24. Lake Nyos, the lake that burps death. In August 1986, Cameroon's Lake Nyos did something lakes aren't supposed to do. It burped. A massive invisible cloud of carbon dioxide. Over 1 million tons of CO2 rolled down the valleys at 60 miles per hour, suffocating over 1,700 people and thousands of livestock. Entire villages gone overnight. Scientists now monitor the lake with degassing fountains, basically giant straws that burp the lake before it burps itself. It's one of the only 3 known exploding lakes on Earth. The other 2? Also in Africa, because of course they are. From a lake that kills to an island that looks like a sci-fi movie set. 23. Socotra Island, Earth's alien outpost. Off the coast of Yemen sits Socotra, an island so bizarre it looks like someone copy-pasted it from another planet. About 1 in 3 plants here exist nowhere else, including the dragon's blood tree, which has red sap and looks like a giant umbrella designed by Dr. Seuss. It's one of the most untouched, bizarre places on Earth. The kind of spot where you'd expect to find a spaceship parked behind a rock, from an alien island to a desert that decided to cosplay as a flower garden. 22. Namaqualand, the desert that blooms. South Africa's Namaqualand region is a desert, dry, barren, the kind of place where optimism goes to die. But every spring, something magical happens. The desert transforms into a carpet of wildflowers, millions of them. The transformation happens almost overnight. One day it's a wasteland, the next, it's nature's own Coachella. The bloom only lasts a few weeks before the flowers fade and the desert returns to being a desert, just to see a desert pull off the ultimate glow-up. From a desert that blooms to a lake that's basically a liquid skyscraper. 21. Lake Tanganyika, the world's longest freshwater lake. Lake Tanganyika stretches about 673 kilometers from north to south, and it's deep. Really deep. Over 1,470 meters deep. If you dropped the Empire State Building in here, it'd disappear without a trace. The lake is ancient, formed between 9 and 12 million years ago. It's home to hundreds of species found nowhere else. 20. Okavango Delta, the oasis that defies logic. The Okavango Delta in Botswana is one of the world's largest inland deltas, and it's in the middle of the Kalahari Desert. More than 200,000 large mammals thrive here. The delta floods seasonally when water from Angola's highland arrives, creating a lush oasis surrounded by desert. 19. Lake Retba, the Strawberry Milk Lake. Lake Retba in Senegal is famous for its strawberry pink color. The pink hue comes from algae that thrive in the lake's extremely salty water, saltier than the Dead Sea. It looks like a giant pool of strawberry milk. 18. Tanzania, from sea level to the roof of Africa. In just about 350 kilometers, Tanzania's elevation jumps from sea level to Africa's highest peak. The coastal areas sit at sea level with tropical beaches. A short drive inland, and you're climbing toward Mount Kilimanjaro, towering at 5,895 meters. You could literally go from snorkeling to snowboarding in the same day. 17. Danakil Depression, the Rainbow Mountains. The Danakil Depression in Ethiopia is an unreal burst of color. The terrain is dotted with reds, oranges, yellows, greens, and blues from sulfur springs, salt deposits, and mineral-rich hot springs. It's nature's way of saying, "You thought I only did boring browns and greens? Watch this." 16. Erta Ali Volcano, Ethiopia's eternal furnace. Ethiopia is home to the Erta Ali volcano, one of the few volcanoes in the world with a permanent lava lake. Unlike typical volcanoes that erupt and then go dormant, Erta Ali has been continuously active for over a century. 15. Lesotho, the kingdom in the sky. Lesotho is completely surrounded by South Africa, an entire country landlocked within another country. But it gets stranger. Lesotho is the highest country in the world. Its entire territory sits above 1,000 meters in elevation. Snow falls regularly in winter, making it one of the few African countries where you can ski. 14. Okavango River, the river that flows backwards. The Okavango River is one of the few major rivers in the world that never reaches the ocean. Instead, it flows inland into the Kalahari Desert, where it forms the Okavango Delta. It's a river that said, "Ocean? Nah, I'm good here." 13. Singing Sand Dunes, nature's concert hall. In parts of the Namib Desert and the Sahara, some giant sand dunes make a strange humming sound when the sand shifts. The sounds can even be strong enough to feel through the ground. 12. Egypt's White Desert, the glow-in-the-dark wasteland. The White Desert in Egypt is covered in bizarre white chalk rock formations. At night, under the moonlight, the formations glow with an eerie, otherworldly luminescence. 11. Lake Chad, the shrinking giant. Lake Chad's size fluctuates dramatically. In the 1960s, it covered about 25,000 square kilometers. Today, it's shrunk to less than 1,500 square kilometers. Despite this, millions of people still depend on it. 10. Danakil Depression, Earth's hotspot. The Danakil Depression holds the record for one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth. Average temperatures hover around 34 degrees Celsius year-round, with summer highs exceeding 50 degrees Celsius. 9. Sahara's ocean fossils, when deserts were seas. The Sahara Desert was once covered by a vast ocean millions of years ago. Today, marine fossils including ancient whale bones, shark teeth, and seashells are found scattered across the sand. 8. Lesotho's freezing highlands, Africa's icebox. Lesotho and the Drakensberg Mountains hold the record for the coldest temperatures in Africa, with winter temperatures dropping to minus 20 degrees Celsius. Snow blankets the mountains for months. 7. Dabuncha, where it never stops raining. Dabuncha in Cameroon receives approximately 10,299 millimeters of rainfall annually. That's nearly 15 times that of London. 6. The Great Rift Valley, Africa's continental divorce. Africa is literally splitting apart. The Great Rift Valley runs over 6,000 kilometers. This isn't just a valley. It's evidence of tectonic plates actively pulling apart. In millions of years, East Africa may split off completely, creating a new ocean. 5. Blue and White Nile Confluence, the meeting of giants. In Sudan near Khartoum, the Blue Nile and White Nile meet. You can actually see where the two rivers come together. The Blue Nile carries sediment that gives it a darker appearance. The White Nile has clearer water. When they merge, there's a visible line where the two different colored waters flow side by side. 4. Mauritius Underwater Waterfall, nature's best optical illusion. On the coast of Mauritius, swirling sand and silt create the appearance of a massive underwater waterfall. Strong ocean currents push sediment along the ocean floor. It's nature's version of a magic trick. 3. Fish River Canyon, Africa's Grand Canyon rival. Deep in Namibia lies the Fish River Canyon. At 160 kilometers long and 550 meters deep, it's the largest canyon in Africa and the second largest in the world after the Grand Canyon. 2. Socotra's Dragon's Blood Trees, bleeding trees. Socotra's dragon blood trees produce red sap that looks like blood. When the bark is cut, crimson resin oozes out. Ancient civilizations used it as dye, medicine, and even lipstick. 1. Island Inception, Geography's Russian nesting doll. This one is the ultimate mind-bender. On Madagascar, Africa's largest island, lays Lake Aliotra. Within this lake is an island. On that island, there are small seasonal pools. And within those pools, tiny islands of vegetation emerge. It's geography within geography within geography. Inception, but make it topographical. And there you have it. 25 bizarre facts about African geography that sound too wild to be true, but are 100% real. From exploding lakes to singing sand dunes, from rivers that flow backwards to deserts that bloom overnight, Africa's geography is a masterclass in extremes. Africa isn't just a continent, it's a collection of geographic impossibilities that somehow all decided to exist in the same place. What about you? Which of these bizarre facts shocked you the most? Thanks for watching. Africa's geography is proof that reality is stranger than fiction and way more interesting.